SARMs-Only is like dipping your feet in after testosterone. You tried Turk, you know, you got whatever out of Turk. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is sponsored by my water plug 1907. Check out 1907water.com. Link in the description. Coupon code Russo. No bullshit alkaline levels. None of that shit. Straight from New Zealand, filtered naturally through an aquifer. Family-owned business, amazing brand, amazing quality bottle for the gym. Check them out. And don't forget about the ASMR Spritz. Intelligent Elephant Carbon. Coupon code Russo. Hear those spritz noises? You gotta feel this aroma, but you gotta buy and use coupon code Russo. I want to be the top cologne affiliate. Make it happen and go pull broads at your local bar with it. Today, I'm going to be going into SARMs-Only with no test base do's and don'ts. So a lot of guys are like, Russo, I see you're always using testosterone. Like, you don't even use SARMs-Only anymore. In my stage in my career, with me trying to compete, I'm over the stepping stone of SARMs-Only. And if you browse my channel, and Andrew organized my channel exclusively into multiple playlists for you guys, go check them out. Browse my channel, subscribe with the bell on, like this video, support this type of content. I already did tons of SARMs-Only content, and I can't rewind time. I documented those SARMs-Only cycles before any steroids, so you guys could get the most accurate representation of what is possible. Let's go into why SARMs-Only is fine and the do's and don'ts. So the do's is pick a lower toxicity SARM, and if you want to support this channel, please check out my source list, and it's in the pinned comment and the description. You're gonna pick a SARM that has less suppression than others, meaning in my opinion, great SARMs-Only picks are S4, Ostarine, AC262, ACP105, picks that are not good, LGD 4033, very suppressive, and could shut off the gonads at even 10 milligrams a day, could shut off the gonads, and in the actual medical data, it's being dosed around 1 to 5 milligrams, right? Anything above that, pretty bad suppression. S23, not a good pick either, super suppressive, literally designed as a male contraceptive. For a male contraceptive to work, it's got to shut off your natural testosterone. Another not so good pick, RAD 140, right? Once again, German study. I had a German follower 2-3 years ago email me a study that they were using RAD 140 as birth control as well. So obviously for that to work, super suppressive. So I would stay with Ostarine, AC262, S4, ACP105. These are better picks that are going to cause suppression, not shutdown. What's the difference between suppression and shutdown? Suppression is when you're suppressed. Your numbers don't flatline. Your luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone stays on and tolerates the SARM, aka the exogenous androgen, being added into the system, and the nutsack, the gonads, and the HPTA connection between the pituitary and the brain and the testicles stays intact the entire SARM cycle. This is how SARMs were designed to be implemented, right? And that's through using efficacious dosages. That's why I told everyone to stay away from the more powerful SARMs. I'm fans of S23, RAD, and LGD. I would just much rather see people use a testosterone base to stop shutdown from occurring. Shutdown occurs when your HPTA is overwhelmed by the amount of androgen activity going in the body, and your natural failsafe is, hey, we have enough androgens floating around in the body. We don't really know what's going on. We can't really recognize this SARM for what it is. All we know is that there's a bunch of free testosterone floating around. Let's choke this out. That would be the HPTA's natural response by lowering luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. That would face you with flatline levels that will require an invasive post-cycle therapy to rebound your levels. Obviously possible, and obviously if you message me on Instagram at Russo Lifts, I've helped many people rebound rebound out of shutdown, and I personally flatlined my shit to grandma levels multiple times and rebounded to a 600 natty test back in the day when I was using SARMs only. That being said, suppression is way easier considering your luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone never fully shuts off, meaning once you're done with the cycle of the low efficacious dose and you take it out, your follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone rebounds almost instantly. It wasn't shut off. It's not like trying to start up a train. If the train is still rolling just at a slower pace, you just crank on the accelerator. If the train is completely stopped on the tracks, you're gonna spin your wheels for a while before the train starts moving again. That's the comparison I'm going to use. So that would be, you know, the do's and don'ts of SARMs only, is you want to pick the lesser suppressive ones. And then the next thing I wanted to get into is you don't want to go buck wild with the dosages. This is a complementary androgen when you're trying to do SARMs only. You are not going for broke, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't. With SARMs only, you want to stick around the efficacious dosages and you want to complement your natural bodybuilding, right? Meaning SARMs only is like dipping your feet in after testosterone. You tried Turk, you know, you got whatever out of Turk. You're a lifelong lifter, you know progressive overload, you know how to hold muscle tissue naturally, diet, etc., etc. You throw in testosterone, discount code Gorilla Mind, you get some plateau breaking results out of that. Not enough, because it's, I mean, Turk works. Is it like a synthetic androgen? No. And then you're left dipping your feet into the SARMs only world, which in that case in point, you obviously don't want to cause shutdown your first cycle, and you want to see how your cholesterol, your HDL and LDL reacts from adding in an auxiliary androgen anyways. You would want to stick around a dose that will not fully cause shutdown. Now, if you're one of these guys that already has bad natural blood work, meaning your natural testosterone is around 300 to 400, even a efficacious dose of a SARM could put you under 200 tests and start to shut you down. That being said, I had natural testosterone of 600 plus. When I would add in low doses of Ostarine or S4, it would bring me down to the 450-500 range. Thus, when I stopped, I would rebound back up. Suppression only occurred, super easy to come off, walk away. You know, you're not fully submitting to being a slave to the needle with this method, and still seeing if enhanced bodybuilding is for you, and truly you want to take the diabolical risk to play around with androgens for a long period of time, aka I start, you know, blasting SARMs, aka I start jumping on tests and fall down the rabbit hole. This is kind of like the dip your feet in the way. What happens if you don't listen to me? What happens if you go way into bodybuilder dosages? What happens if you do one of these suppressive SARMs, like you want to start with LGD at a high dose of like over 15 a day? Well, you're gonna face shutdown, not with the androgen, but with the estrogen. So the SARM is going to replace your overall androgen level. Now, the beauty of SARMs is they don't convert into estrogen, which is known to cause gynecomastia and, you know, all sorts of estrogen conversion issues that cascades into different side effects. And they don't convert to DHT, dihydrotestosterone, which is super androgenic, chokes out your hair follicles on the top of your head, makes your hair fall out faster. SARMs were designed to be very less side effects. The evolution of steroids in an efficacious dosage, specifically for muscle wasting diseases, they were not designed for bodybuilding, right? Bodybuilding, that's not why they're being developed. That's not why there are millions of dollars being spent on them. But if you were to blast it, you would flatline your natural testosterone with the SARM replacing your overall androgen level. So your overall androgen level is fine. The thing is this estrogen conversion no longer exists. Thus, you will slowly flatline your estrogen, which is going to lead to joint pain, feeling suppressed like shit even though you have a high androgen level, and overall you're gonna just feel like garbage and want to get off. And then you're gonna go online because you're not educated on what you're doing to yourself, and you're gonna spew word diarrhea all over SARMs Reddit and how Russo's an idiot and like I hate Russo, when you just don't have two brain cells to think critically for yourself and independently and do your research. Or subscribe to this channel with a bell on, like the video, and recommend this channel to other people because it's shadow banned, so they know what they're getting themselves into. So that would be the do's and don'ts of SARMs only. Is SARMs only still a viable option in 2022? Yeah, if you do the way where you're not fully shutting yourself off, you have a good baseline of natural testosterone, you're not in a horrible suboptimal body fat to make natural testosterone, and you realize that you might have to do some sort of over-the-counter PCT even with suppression, or If you do a more suppressive SARMs-Only cycle, for example, of Andrew throw up my RAD140 transformation reaction, that was a full level shutdown at the end. My estrogen was tanked at week 7, and it required clomiphene, Nolvadex, and then an over-the-counter PCT after to recover my numbers close around baseline before the next experiment I did. We need to be more educated on enhanced bodybuilding. It is not going away. It is going to get worse. And as this TikTok generation of losers that can't accept other people's opinions, we must correct them to stop people from making these mistakes, ruining their quality of life. But if you have any questions and you want to get professional advice, opinion by a licensed medical professional, I hope you support my TRT clinic, Elevate Alternative, where you can speak on the phone, free 30-minute consultation about your testosterone levels, actual legal products, and I'll have Andrew link above all the products available. I will see you guys in my next video.